This year, I advise myself to
live life. Just live life. Travel. Read a book if I want to read a book. I want to start seeing more hope in life.
This year, I want not just joy, I want divine joy. Divine.
This is the year where I have to operate with Audacity.
I want to live it out. I want to live out my potential, and I want to make sure that by the time I am leaving this earth, I will have lived out my potential. I will have served in the spaces that I am supposed to serve in.
I kind of feel like for me to achieve the things that I want to achieve, honestly, I have to be disciplined.
The quote that says rejection is redirection, that's how I choose to see the things that will not be successful at that time. But I say yes to hard things in 2026, and I commit to living with joy, because joy is in me.
I think I want to build more and do more outside of the work context, because work-wise, I feel like I really challenge myself.
I've learned that, treasure people when they're alive, spend time with them when they're alive, and just this whole thing of procrastinating and just pushing and postponing everything, just like the way we kept postponing our podcast, it just really, really needs to stop.
I keep telling myself that I want to be in more conversations that are tailored to how Africa can just liberate itself, for lack of a better word. Why am I not in those, opportunities to have those conversations? Happy New Year. I'm sure you've had that more than enough times. You actually probably like, oh my God, not again. But yeah, Happy New Year to you. I hope your new year has started quite well. And welcome to the Journey and Fields podcast. My name is Mwende.
And my name is Stella. And we're so happy that you're back to be with us this year. Our second year of us doing this, although not second year like that, but yeah, we're here now. It's lovely to have you, and what a blessing it is that we're here in the new year. Thank you so much for joining. How was your holiday?
Well, we'll see. That one, ask me later, because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But I think for us, we are just, excited to have this conversation, reflect together, and talk about what we hope 2026 will be. So I hope you stick around, and we hope that this episode will sort of, contribute to filling your cup. So just to kick us off, Stella, what would you say you're bringing with you into 2026, just based on all the things that you loved about 2025 or didn't love about 2025?
I am bringing with me hard learned lessons. Lessons on energy, especially energy from myself to myself, or like just the things that I believe I should do or not do. Hard lessons about seasons of life, both in my own life, but also in my loved ones' lives. And I'm also bringing testimonies from 2025. Testimonies of the good highlights about the things that happened in 2025. So I'm ready for 2026. I feel so hopeful about the new year, only because if we survived and thrived in 2025, we surely will thrive in 2026. Yeah. How about you?
Believe it or not, I am taking into this year that I am a baby girl.
Ooh, love that.
I want to try and prioritize resting, Aki. And I think for me to be able to do that, I have to be intentional with telling myself, before anything else, the way we tell ourselves, before anything, eat. Before anything, mini baby girl too. So that I don't put myself in hard situations or, have to do the most and that most is draining me and taking away from me. So I want to be able to remind myself that, no matter how bad it is, remind yourself that you're here, first of all, to exist, live life and enjoy life and, be present in life. So imagine that is what I'm carrying with me.
And I love
Rest
that.
is it's huge for me because I mean, I said that 2025 was kind to me. It was calm, but I don't know that I rested enough. I closed out the year very exhausted. That I can say, and and it was a lot. And I think my lesson just from that is I need to figure out how to pace myself in all aspects of my lives.
I like that. Do you have a word, a phrase, a song for the year that you've thought about that will be your running theme for this year?
Oh, I have 3 words, in fact.
Oh, wow. Bring it on.
The first one is Audacity.
Ooh, yes.
There's something that people say you have to operate with what? They say the audacity of a white old man. Like sometimes they say those are the most privileged people, depending on where you are. But anyway, I want to operate with audacity so that then I can chase the things that I want to do because... I think audacity is important. I imagine that even, for example, the colonizers, when they were colonizing the different countries that they colonized, it is because they had audacity. That is not a good example, by the way, but like that is what has come to my mind. Yeah. But anyway, I know that for people to do good things, big things, they have to have audacity. And I think this is the year where I have to operate with audacity.
Right.
My other word is discipline, because I want to be able to execute all of these things that I'm talking about. I mean, I kind of feel like for me to achieve the things that I want to achieve, honestly, I have to be disciplined. We've done this whole thing of setting goals so many times, and sometimes I don't achieve those goals because of many reasons that, come up. But sometimes I think it's also just like, I think if I'm strict and I keep a strict schedule and I'm disciplined around the goals that I have, then everything else will have to fit into that. If you don't fit into that, shape in or shape out. Because then now that means I'll have boundaries. Like, I won't overexert myself physically. I won't be in spaces that I don't want to be in. And I think for me to be able to achieve all of that, plus all those goals that I have, discipline is going to be important.
Right.
And then I have a third one. This one, I deserve a cookie. Sema ku overdo. Nimepewa one question, like,
No, please. Have the audacity to name one.
The way you get into an exam and they ask these questions, some which you know, some you don't, and you still answer what you know, because it's like, why was I reading? By then you have to know that I read, even if you didn't ask a question. But anyway, my third word is connection. And I get a lot of joy from the people that I'm surrounded by, and I want to continue to show up for those people and show up for myself in those relationships with these people. So my family, I know last year when there was one of these, I can't remember which episode we did, this was a while back, but one of the first few episodes I was talking about I want to be able to connect with my family more, be more available. I mean, I tried, but, work also had me being away for a lot of times. So I didn't manage to do that fully. And I think I want to be able to connect with my family a bit more. With friends, it's easier because most of my friends are either people I've connected with through work, to be honest, or people that are not too far. Like, it's like 30-minute radius if I want to get to them. So I want to be more intentional because for family members, everyone is everywhere. Just dedicating that time to strengthen those connections and then, build more relationships. I'm one of those people who receives a lot of energy from people. So to have the right connections, tied to the discipline, be able to not, to connect with the right people. And part of that requires discipline, to remove yourself out of situations. So those are my 3 words: audacity, connection, and discipline.
I love them. I love all the 3. And I feel it's connected to what you were saying last year, that, for you to have connection, you have to be very present in the moment. You can't be in a meeting, but your brain is at home, and you can't be at home, but your brain is in the meeting that you're attending. Really, for you to connect fully, then you need to be there and to be present and to be disciplined, like you're saying. Before I share my one word, I want to read a quote that I think you must have seen. I shared on my stories on Instagram. Major cheat code in life. Ask for the big and reasonable thing. The universe meets you at your level of audacity. Yeah, and
Clock it. Okay, gosh.
we need more audacity.
Now there'll be another clock it by the time this episode is being released. But yeah, clock it.
Yeah, we need more audacity, and that's why the things that are happening in the world, perhaps it's because we don't have audacity enough to call people out, to even call ourselves out and to say that, that's out of order and you need to do something about it. All right, my one word is joy. And this year, I want not just joy, I want divine joy, divine. I know that because of the seasons of life, there will be some complexities, there will be different difficulties of the things that maybe I don't even envision yet. But I have learned, I'm going through School of the Bible. I've learned, because joy is a fruit of the Holy Spirit, it is something that you can have despite the external things and external circumstances that are happening in your life. You can find joy in your faith. You can find joy in what you focus your time on. And for me, I know for sure that I need joy, and I need to be joyous in my spirit, in my life, in my physical life, in everything that I do, for me to be able to have the fuel to tackle a couple of things in my life. And I think that's why I really want to be very intentional about my vision board this year. I think I played a lot with my vision board in 2025. I kept postponing. I did it, I think, in Q2 of the year. Now, I am very intentional, and joy is definitely going to feature in everything that I do. Joy in family. First of all, joy in myself. That I look at myself and really marvel at what I have done and how I am living and existing, not just surviving, but really, really thriving. So yeah, I'm excited to see what comes out of the whole process.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Some of these things are, it's a choice that we make. So if you choose to be happy, then for sure, if it's where they say when you live with a half full mindset, you attract full things. If you live with a half empty mindset, you like your world will only see the problems. It will not see beyond the problems. But if you think about, these are all the good things that I already have, more will come your way. Even if you have all the problems in the world, it's like, but at least I'm alive, I'm healthy, my people are okay, we have a place to live, we are eating. If you start seeing it like that, it's like, now we want to be able to eat this, so it's improving upon. So and that will happen. I can't wait for when we have this conversation down the road, and we've definitely gotten there. And just now thinking about now this year and some of these things that we've talked about, like with our word of the year, and some of the things that we've already alluded to wanting to do this year, what are the things that you're going to say yes to?
I would say I want to say yes to the things that I know I am purposed to do this year. And one of them is saying yes to myself. I want to first listen to myself more, listen to my intuition, listen to what Holy Spirit is saying. And like I said, joy is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. And so it is in me, it is within me. And so I don't need to go looking for it elsewhere. Like if I and one of the ways of finding joy is to spend time with God, spend that time alone, and just being in touch with yourself, connection, like you were saying, being in touch. That for me is so important. The other thing I want to say yes to is hard things. And that's why joy is so important for me, because if I can find joy in doing the hard things and knowing that I am not alone, like, to be honest, I know for sure and without a shadow of doubt that God has me, God's got me, like we said. And so even if hard things come, even if hard seasons come, then I am not alone. And so many times in the past, I have said no just because something was hard. I said no to speaking engagements just because I knew, oh my gosh, this person will be in the room, I'm not able to articulate myself. But now I'm like, actually, bring it on. I want to live it out. I want to live out my potential, and I want to make sure that by the time I am leaving this earth, I will have lived out my potential. I will have served in the spaces that I am supposed to serve in. So I want to do hard things, and hard things may include that I am asking more. Is it possible for you to support Dada Power in one way or another?
Wow.
Yes or no? Your no does not mean that it was the worst idea. receiving no's for me is not that the idea was so terrible. It's that it was not the season. And the way the quote that says rejection is redirection, that's how I choose to see the things that will not be successful at that time. But I say yes to hard things in 2026, and I commit to living with joy because joy is in me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What do you want to say yes to more?
I actually was going to say more opportunities and more opportunities that, even if that are not necessarily, let's say, just work related.
Yeah.
I want to challenge myself. So I think it's almost similar to you. It's like, I want to take on more, do different things for myself, learn more. Just do the things that I'm scared to do. I think that's what I want to do. I want to hone my craft and take on more opportunities around that. Because I think now at least I know the things that I really enjoy doing. I keep asking myself, outside of work, who am I? And let me tell you, that is a question that I continue to struggle with. In fact, now one of the things that I've done, interviews that I've recently conducted, I don't ask people that question of who are you. I tell people, you tell me what you want to tell me, because I realize people really struggle with answering that question. And I told myself I have to figure it out because I have to have an answer around that. But I think I want to build more and do more outside of the work context. Because work-wise, I feel like I really challenge myself. I push myself. But I don't know that I push myself for the things that I like doing. Why can't I? I mean, I host a lot, or like I enjoy hosting. Why can't I push myself to make some money out of that? For example, I keep telling myself that I want to be in more conversations that are tailored to how Africa can just liberate itself, for lack of a better word. Why am I not in those, opportunities to have those conversations? I mean, the other thing that I also recognize is I want to say yes to, or rather, I want to take the lead with making sure that I really have more free time, because I think, like, for me, the weekends move by so quick, because it's like if there's someone's event on a Saturday, your Saturday, it's ended there. Let's say you need to go to the salon in the morning, and then in the afternoon you've gone for the event. That's your whole day gone. And sometimes there's like 3 or 4 events. And of course, I don't want to not say no. I'm not saying that I want to say no to people, but I want to figure out how to carve out more and more time for myself, because the weekday is already busy. And I don't want the time for myself to be, I've woken up, I've gone to the gym. And then also because I work from home, it's very easy to, work is in your home. So it's very easy to separate. One of the things that I've done for myself, and I told myself moving ahead, I will not be going to my room with a laptop at all, ever, ever. I mean, the phone is a different situation, because actually I don't think I can survive without looking at social media at some point. But like for me, the laptop was very, very important, because sometimes you closed it yesterday and you left it on like your work tab with your email. So the first thing you do when you put your password, it shows you your email. So then, and that's maybe like 7 a.m. in the morning. Then now that's, if you were to do something for yourself, you get distracted. So just small things in terms of saying yes to opportunities that give me more time to rest, opportunities that challenge myself or challenge me mentally, opportunities that grow me outside of the concept of work.
Yeah. Another thing I'd like to add is that I will say yes more to help. Yeah, I don't have to do everything. And it's something I started learning in 2025. And I think that's such a good cheat code as well. You can delegate some of these things. And I watched an interview a couple of months back by Eugene Mbugo, and he was saying that you don't have to really spend a lot of time on maintenance work. If you can delegate some of these things, please do, because then you give yourself some mind time to do very strategic things. Yeah,
that's true. And especially like some of the repetitive tasks that you can already predict.
Exactly,
and I think for us, in small ways, delegation is having someone to come do your cleaning. For some people, it's delegation is having someone to cook, because if it's not something that you enjoy, imagine if you can afford it, give it to someone else, so that then your mind is not, you're not hating day-to-day tasks, or because those are things that you do day to day.
Yeah.
And if you don't like them, you're already living in a mood of unhappiness when you have to come and do something, which then affects even your productivity in some ways. So I mean, delegation is very, very important. It's something that I mean, I struggle with as well, but could you challenge too?
So in 2026, what are the things that you will stop procrastinating over?
Going to the gym or working out. So last year was very, very busy for me. Like I had phases work-wise where it's like there's these 2 months where there's intense travel involved in some ways. And then there's like a month's break. And then there's like this new project that you're working on. And I think it affected my going to the gym in some ways. So what I told myself is I want to build, maybe see what other fun things I could do, even if I don't manage to go to the gym. And I guess it's also because I was telling myself, maybe I'm finding the gym repetitive. So I was like, why don't you go and try a yoga class, Pilates, or, I mean, of course, walking is staple, but I was like, maybe I need to switch my routine, try running or try a dance class, something unique, some of these gentrified new activities that people do, just so that I'm able to be a bit more healthy. That one I definitely want to prioritize.
Yeah, I love that. I also want to be more consistent with my workouts. So I'm tapping into that energy as well. For me, I want to stop procrastinating over meeting the people in my life. I'm very good at saying, can we meet next week? Yeah, let's meet next week. I'll check with you. And then next week comes and I'll be like, let's try and meet next week. And then it will be December and we haven't met. And I said this just from appreciating the fact that we can be sat here together today and tomorrow we are not here anymore. At some point in 2025, I sit on a board of a project for young people, and we had a meeting on a Wednesday, and I think the same week on Friday or Saturday, actually that Saturday, we lost the chairperson of our board, and we were in the same meeting on that same week, and she looked fine, and so I've learned that treasure people when they're alive, spend time with them when they're alive, and just this whole thing of procrastinating and just pushing and postponing everything, just like the way we kept postponing our podcast, it just really, really needs to stop. And I'm so good at that. So I will stop, and I declare and I promise myself that I'm stopping postponing and procrastinating. I'll do it later. We'll meet later. Later in Jan can be in March or even the next year, which is really bad. Yeah.
And a lot of young people are dying, by the way.
It's really...
just a lot of young people. And it's a true testament that we are alive by the grace of God. We are not, it's not guaranteed that you will wake up tomorrow. I mean, we can only do so much to protect ourselves, but and that's important for us to remember, because when it's your time to go, it's your time to go, and you will go. And then you want to be on your deathbed being like, oh my gosh, I really wanted to visit XYZ. And especially things that maybe don't take that much effort, time, especially money.
Yeah.
So, you have to, everything you do will take some resources. Some of the resources might be your time. Some of your resources might be something related to effort. Some of the resources might be money. You just have to figure out how important is something to me, and then you have to give the resources.
Yeah.
Like for me, another thing that I really don't want to procrastinate on is more travel. And I know this sounds very ironical, because last year, I moved around a bit, but it was all for work. And I never took actually, I took 3 solo trips, but not solo trips, 3 trips that were not work related.
That's good.
But that is very little for me. And by trips, I mean, even if it's Kwenda Naivasha, guys, I'm not talking about Spain or wherever. But one of the things that I really wanted is to be able to see the world and just have unique experiences for myself, because even if you're traveling for work and you tell yourself, I'll extend, sometimes it's not possible.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, if there's a lot of anxieties around this, I have all these things that I need to go back and do. So one of the things that I'm telling myself is I want to be able to go back to, because I work remotely, I want to be able to go back to, driving on a Sunday, seeing where Mombasa Road will lead me, finding an Airbnb or, something that I can afford, a hotel or whatever, and staying there for 3 days.
Right.
Because I think those things were really helpful, even in terms of rest, in terms of new experiences. It's also me telling myself, I mean, with working from home, you have so many advantages that you need to take. You need to take those opportunities, because those days when you used to work in an office where you used to go Monday to Friday, it used to be like, oh my God, like if I was working from home, I would. So I want to just travel more, and I don't want to procrastinate on that. So I need to get my money right.
Yeah.
Because by saying I don't want to procrastinate, it almost sounds like I'm saying if I wake up right now and I'm like, today I'm going to Kisumu. Well, that needs money. So money follow me.
Yeah, money will follow you when you prioritize. Yeah. Trust me, when you say this year I'm doing this and this and it's a priority, then I'm sure the money will come.
Yeah.
All right, complete this sentence. This year I will draw the most energy from.
Wow. I think I will draw the right energy from the people that are around me, and making sure that I have the right people around me, and resting, prioritizing proper rest where my mind is shutting down.
Yeah. I love that. For me, I will draw more energy this year from silent retreats. I really want to take time off at least once a quarter, just to, listen to my soul, listen to myself, connect with nature. Like I was saying in the last episode about 2025, that I promised myself at the beginning of 2025 that I would stop with all this busyness and just enjoy the creations of God. So I really want to be in that space that, I'm giving myself time, like you are saying, free time. That it's not what do you say about rare thing? It's not rare. I don't want free time to be rare. I want free time to be scheduled, just like I schedule meetings. Yeah,
true.
And I love it. I'm an introvert, and I get energy from being alone. So I'll do that more. Yeah.
You're an introvert.
I am an introvert.
Okay.
Just think about it. About after our shoots and our engagements, where do I go? Straight
that's
home.
something very different.
No,
anyway,
no. What is an introvert? How do you know an introvert? Yes.
I guess it's because the way you're normally so busy, and all these things that you're doing while you're busy are with people.
Yes,
so much so that it can get so confused.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily just because of your job. You, Stella, you're the kind of person who there's always someone getting married. There's always someone that you have to show up for.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with how I recharge. But being extroverted or introverted is about how you recharge.
Then you're trying to say that I'm also an introvert.
I don't know what you are. Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
Guy, all those years that you've known me, girl. Anyway,
how do you recharge? Do you recharge with people or do you recharge
alone?
Yeah,
okay, although no, maybe I've lied a bit.
Yeah, I am an introvert. Like after a long day, I don't want to see people after a long day.
Me, on the flip side, okay, then I think I yo-yo between, because when I take this personality test, I'm always like a 53% extroverted type of person.
Yeah.
And honestly, there are days where things are different. I mean, it could have been a long day and the only thing that will make me happy is maybe going home to sleep. And it could be very different. It's been a long day and the only thing that will make me happy is going where people are.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it depends. It's twofold. Or doing activities, and with people. Okay, but I'm just like, just a bit extroverted. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, complete this year, this statement again. This year, I will be bravest when?
Okay. Those questions, they're zinaguza roho. I think for me, I'll be bravest when I say no.
Oh, nice. And I was going to say I'll be bravest when I need to stand up for myself.
Same in some ways.
I think when you need to push back, that's when you need a lot of boldness, bold energy and the audacity that you're talking about. Yeah. So, and everyone has that time when you're like, you have to stand up for yourself and you have to be there for yourself. Yeah. Okay. This year I advise myself to
live life.
How so?
Just live life, travel, read a book if I want to read a book, I want to start seeing more hope in life.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just like sad situations. There are so many.
Yeah.
So I think I want to just see flowers. You know that the image that is normally shown when people are in a bus and one person is seeing like mountains. There's like something that's happening, but the way the people are seeing the situation, it's like you're all in the same bus. If you want to see the side that has the greenery and the view, you can see that, but you're choosing to face a dark wall. And I want to see flowers. I just want, I just want, like, when you open TikTok and you just see these sounds and people are just like really happy. Like, I just want to be there. I'm living. I'm living life, and I think that's when I feel like I will really be existing as I should. Because I think we alluded to this now in the previous episode. With work being the center of your life, you forget that by the way, I'm Wende who's a sister. I'm Wende who's, well, I'm not a mother. By the way, how many things can I describe myself as? I'm Wende who's just a girl. I'm Wende who's a woman. I'm Wende who's a potential mother. I'm Wende who's a potential lover to someone for life. You get like all those things. Sometimes you just don't see them because it's like, hiya, Monday, niko na mkutano, I need to prepare for. Or, you're just in a cycle of life. It's like you're in a simulation. It's like the movie is being played and you're watching yourself, and then you realize, we need to pause and go back and rewrite the script.
Love that. For me, I'd say this year I advise myself to dare greatly and to live joyously. I really want joy to be at the center of my existence.
And joy will.
I know it will happen for sure. All right, this is the last one. This year will be special for me because I can start. This year will be special for me because power of the tongue, first of all. I confess that this year will be special for me. And like I was telling you today, I'm going to be very intentional with my vision board this year. I kind of played with my 2025 vision board, and this time round, I mean business. So for that, I believe in the power of the tongue and what you see. I really am a big believer of vision boards. So I believe that when I write it down, for sure it will come to pass. I'm so hopeful about 2026. You?
First of all, Stella, you're saying that you joked around with 2025. However, I guess maybe some of the goals that you spoke to, which I know are also on your vision board, but you achieved some of them. I know we can't talk about them right now in this spot, but over lunch we will have that discussion, because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting them. So again, remember to see the things that you have achieved, because and that's the thing. And just maybe even to answer this question a bit more, like I feel like I want to start seeing myself the way that others see me. Because sometimes you sit with someone, I mean, you're talking to your friend or someone who's close to you, and you're talking about a situation and they're like, that's not even something that I would have thought of. And I think I want to start seeing myself more the way other people see me. Because I think there are things that people tell me and I'm like, really? Like, my mind has never processed those things in that way. I think that's what I want to really do a bit more. And I kind of feel like when I do that, because the way people talk about me, me, I'm even like these people, I'm like, ni mimi kweli. So I just want to see myself in that way. People see me as bold, brave. People see me as creative, aka Stella, which is like, People see me as innovative. People see me as someone who chases their goals. People see me as, and I, on the other hand, I'm like, I told myself that by this time I wanted to have done this. And I'm so hard on myself. So I want to be able to see myself how people see me. I don't know what that looks like in terms of like at activity level, but I'm looking forward to just, experiencing that. And I have a question, which might be one of the last few, because I think we have maybe 2 or 3 more to go as we wrap up. What will you do this year to contribute to leaving the world a better place?
I will be in solidarity with people who support causes that mean a lot to me. And that means that I will dare greatly, because some of the causes that I believe in are not quote unquote acceptable to some people. And for me, it really doesn't matter so long as I'm convicted and I know that for sure I need to do it. So yeah, I really want to do more of that.
Okay.
Yeah, you?
Oh, I love that. For me, I wrote that I will support, I even wrote it down in my notes. I will support someone using my own resources. I will support someone that is vying that I believe in.
Ooh,
that is young.
That.
Yeah.
That's
okay, I'm
so
definitely
important.
not going to go give money to I want to support the underdog. I want to walk the talk.
I agree.
I want to walk the talk because I mean, we know the challenges that either young people or women are facing when they try to pursue political seats. And the bulk of it, sometimes I feel like if they had as much money as these other people, they would have managed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like they have to, for them to be able to even beat the system in some ways, they need to be able to reach more, which means, because they don't have that same popularity that others do.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I want to put my money where my belief is and where my mouth is, because we've been talking a lot about, having not the same people in our political spaces, or rather, or in leadership. And this one for sure, I am going to do. Yeah. I also want to give more to the causes. And for me, it's like I want to give more to the causes that I also believe in, whether it's volunteering my experience, whether it's money, if money is available. I just want to, really, really put my money where my mouth is on a lot of things. And I think it's also, I want to live by what I say. Yeah. So and it's even small things like, if I tell a friend that I will show up, I show up. Yeah. And if I can't show up, let me say that I can't show up.
Yeah.
I really want to live by what I hope other people see in me. And I want to do it and be ready to even have the tough conversations around, for example, I can't make it, sorry, or whatever. That's one of the main things. But hopefully that contributes to leaving the world a better place at some point.
It will. And it looks like 2026 is going to be a great year. We confess with our mouths that it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a great year. I don't have any other question for you.
No, actually, I don't as such, but I think we definitely have to talk about this podcast. Okay, this podcast of ours, it's coming last in every episode, but that means we're enjoying ourselves.
Last but not least. Yeah.
But that means that we're enjoying ourselves. For me, the commitment remains the same. I want to show up for the podcast. Let's continue challenging ourselves to have the difficult conversations that, people don't want to have. The other thing is, put ourselves more out there, do events, whether as people who are speaking, host our own event. Do more with the people that we are working with for the success of this podcast. So you guys, mutakuwa ready, tunafanya kazi. We're just challenging ourselves to get to the limits that we can get to. I also want to utilize the resources that I have. And by resources, I don't necessarily mean money, but I feel like I have a community. And I don't think that I've ever tapped into that community for the purposes of this podcast, whatever that looks like, whether they come in as guests. I don't think that I have full on tapped into the community that I have access to. And what I mean by that, friends, family, people that I know through work. I think there's so much that they could contribute to this podcast in terms of even our strategy, in terms of being guests, as I've mentioned, maybe collaborating with us on some things. That's what I want to challenge myself for the sake of this podcast.
I love that. And to be honest, this podcast, this platform that we've created was one of the biggest highlights of my 2025. And so goes without say that, 2026 is the year that we pivot and step it up. Bring our A game to this space and, impact our audience and our community. And like you said, having an event, it's really to connect with your audience, connect with your community and get to know you, meet in person, connect with each other, enjoy and with love, and even get to learn more about what you do, what you'd like to contribute to. I think the one thing that I'd like to do this year in terms of Journey and Fields podcast is to get out of my comfort zone in ways that even I cannot imagine this month, that I am challenged to think outside the box, to do different things that, hata kama ni TikTok dance yenye sipendi kufanya, if that is what
Sai tu niko na moja in mind. Now, even me, I hate those things, but guess what?
But if that is what it takes to inspire a generation of young people, especially young women, then I am in. I'm all in. Yeah, but definitely, please be part of this community. Let us know what you're planning for 2026. What are you doing to dare greatly, to live out the best version of yourself, and to inspire those around you, really. If you can inspire one life, that's enough. That's enough. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. With that, then we've come to the end of this episode. We are looking forward to doing, the 2026 reflection at the end of the year. You guys keep us to account and ask us whether we achieved some of these things that we've shared here. We wish you a lovely year. I mean,
happy new year. Prosperous, thriving.
That vision board, that goal you've set to yourself secretly, told God, spoken it out, whatever you want to achieve. We wish you all the best. May everything align. May all the resources that you need to be able to execute those goals, just follow you, and may you be happy. Actually that's the point. May you have just when you say a happy new year, as in intentionally have a happy new year. And we'll see you at the next episode.
Bye.